Good morning, ma'am, and good morning, everyone. Also, is watching this wonderful video that I am making about the PBL project, specifically for the PBL project in the which is necessity of line of inquiry 1, and I will not be doing line of inquiry 2. Take note of that. Now, now see, this is a concept that I will be telling some where words that are not regularly used but are politically used, right? Like left wing and right wing. So what are they? These all stem from one single thing, the political compass. And what is that? Well, imagine a map and it shows you where are you standing. This is kind if you go into the left or you are in the left, you write communist right here or you might be even a communist. I don't know. If you're on the right, it means you write more things such as capitalism idea like private property. Or you might be a capitalist yourself. Or if you go up, this means you like government. You want bigger government in general. It doesn't matter you are you want bigger government. Is it a king? Is it a kingdom? Is it a king and queen or also known as a monarchy system where the king and queen decide what is happening, or is it like a democracy or even communist state like Marxism or Leninism? It basically or up there. And down is where are liberal ideas. Liberal meaning they don't like a government or they advocate for smaller government instead of bigger government in the authoritarian, also known as the top part. So if you're here, you like the sound of smaller government, or you might be anarchists, which mean they don't have any government, which is very strange. They're communist anarchy, they're cap, capitalist, there's a lot of anarchists and a lot of well everyone. So, shoot yourself. Well, I'm going to do this Rhino Query one, which we have to difference the different government system, like democracy and communism. And that is what I think we are doing, specifically the democracy and communism. We're going to be discussing that. So, what is communism? And I'm also specifically doing thesis communism or authoritarian communism. Basically, it means it has a government and it's big. And communist idea are like no private property, meaning let's say, for example, you if you own this pencil, not that is not allowed in communism. We both own this pension. Everyone in anyone who anyone who live in a communist society mm, know know that this pension is not only theirs, it's everyone's. That's it basically how communism goes. So and they try to be somewhat right where where like democracy with election, but degenerate election, to be honest. Imagine it kind of like dictatorship, but instead of one person ordinary power, it's a oligarchy. An oligarchy is a good way to put it. A small number of people, and they control enormous amounts of power. Kind of like a dictatorship, but very less. As more people control the power, and they get power in total. So yeah. So there's no real party. There's only one party that you can really vote for, mm, and that means there's you 100% likely chance that they will win. But they control the state, and well, yeah, the state can beat it. One, they just need just right majority of people to do that, and they can for number it. Now for democracy. In democracy, there's actual where voting. You can choose who you want to vote. There are many type of voting systems. Like for that to vote voting machine. This is one of the popular type of voting system. Okay, imagine there's a pie chart. And person, if any political party gets more than 50%, right, it could be 50.0000, and the largest one, that means they win, no matter how small the percentage. It can lead to some problem. It can be fixed using different voting systems. So yeah. And also for that the post voting system really works only where in democracy where there are two parties. The famous which is for example in America it basically there's basically a two party system. There tend to be other parties but the two parties hold the majority of them. At first of all, they have been there in a long time, so yeah, and the fact that they have a lot of money and they can advertise as much they can. So it doesn't. So there will always be a slight downturns to. So there will be a slight downturn to other newer party with less funding, and their voting will drop enormously. The only one. So this is how. So this is it. So what? So I will be comparing it by freedom and the quality of right and much more. Sure, and I will not only look at the political standpoint, like okay, in theory this will happen, and I will be also looking at a Machiavellian view too. Machiavellian are basically political scientists. They just state out fact. And it's your job to differentiate that bad, good, or what should you do about it. Or nothing, you can do nothing. I don't really mind that. So yeah. Communism, no private property. And I will be looking at dated communism again. I will note that again because some of you are because there's anarchic communism which is very different, very different. And yeah, I will be looking at the more I will be looking at rough material. In the show, never be looking at a variant of communism in Soviet Union. And so how does this work? So, so in the Soviet Union, there used to be two parties of communism, Marxist and Leninist. Both Leninists were the most extreme kind. They don't only go after capitalists and basically anyone other than communists. They also go after anyone who was not static or libertarian, which include anarcho-communism and even their own kind, left-wing authoritarian like Marxists. Marxists are less well extreme to say about it. They don't really, and it was a heated debate on which will rule the USSR, and we were not going after. We are going after topic. So let's go back to topic. So what should we do? First, let's look at the freedom. Freedom in country, how much they are able to do and how much not. Okay, in Soviet Union, it was very rough, to say the absolute bare minimum. There were a lot of food shortages, there were no education, but we can hand this off as a date, not a problem at a date, as very, very what kinda is. And the lack of free trade, that was also a problem. So, so now what? We have we have a country. Now let's look at the democratic side and what they. We're going to choose the largest democracy in the world, not America. No, no. We India. That is the largest population in the world and it's a democracy. So let's see how a democracy works. Okay. And there's a lot of different democracy. A direct democracy where the ancient Greek time and a lot. So let's first examine the original democracy, the Greek democracy. Okay, let's see here. Ah, ah. There, in the Greek democracy, there was no real voting. Interesting. Now, democracy, currently modern democracy, are based upon voting outreach. And how that Greek democracy works? I mean, the very first democracy. At a Greek, the Greek story developed into where your normal democratic vote. So, how was it? You were randomly selected from from your from your city and choose to be the representative of your well, city or even district city or town where you had equal voting right, where you basically go to the capital and discuss. Okay, what are we? Discuss. Okay. Okay, there's some problem, and then the real voting. You discuss and discuss. That's it. It's in the first democracy went, then say voting would not be a thing as they saw it unfair, which it kinda it is, where where you where if a number of people that like you or pay you as they were no real self control, had there were no real rules in this ancient time period. So yeah. So now let's continue our rant. So I mean my rant. So so how did it would only so you can't really do much. Can't really kill them as where you can. It was illegal in some ways. In some ways, you need to hire assassin, and that take too much money. So voting was up to the generals who knew how to fight. So no one would dare try to pay harder to vote them. So it only worked in the army for voting in the for democracy. And time slowly move on and things started to change. And soon they became our modern democracy like India or even United States of America. Communism didn't really die. It did here, surprisingly. We have Cuba, North Korea, and China, and not forget Vietnam. So let's see how much freedom we have. What's up, communism? Not around. Can't own private property, which means where can't really own anything, own everything in your country, but you can really get it or use it. As plus, most of them were owned by the state in some form. You could not start any business because well, that would be capitalistic or up to the government job or up to the government. This simulator of Okay, why don't we choose another communist country? Example, Vietnam. They are there. So how do they do it? Hmm. Where they do it by a somewhat democratic way. That means they basically elect their leader by voting democratic. Then they have many liberties. Which it again democratic and or liberalistic. Now they do have a government though. Hmm. Okay, they have a government. They have a where would it be? A communist government. They have liberty. They have rights. And when they look here, there's something here. Capitalism. Foreign money, tourists. Those are all capitalism ideas. Well, so Vietnam is showing developing into a semi-democratic communist, a mix of both of them. Which will certainly will be problematic, hmm. But it would probably be fine, probably. And they're even improving their relations in the United States of America. The country that divided them up in the first way. and join the friend side or where become a friend colony and yeah. I get it forget about it. Okay, I have sometimes let's do this. Communism in certain aspects is a good idea, but mostly it's a bad idea. Now, okay, imagine there are four farms. Farm number one produces where a lot of or did produce wheat. Farm number one, it's good at producing wheat. Farm number two, excellent at producing wheat. Farm number three, poor at producing wheat. Farm number four, very poor at producing. So let's have these farms. For example, if we use the communist ideas, farm number one and farm number two should provide to farm number three and four. But but if but it will lead to the three and four to not contribute at all. They might have poor soil, but that is not a good reason to contribute. So no one will have any harvest as the greedy people will take off will siphon all the wheat from farm number one and two. But in semi-capitalist farm number two have choice. They could give it to farm number three and four if they need or not. At it their decision. So if for some reason farm number four was came greedy and try not to farming, they could just simply it. Reject farm number four for getting any meat. Simple. Did encourage all four farms to produce as much wheat as they possibly can. Um, which is a nice thing. So it is a nice thing. Sure, there's some fraud, but communist might argue. Okay, okay, there's some fraud with this, but not worry, the state will get with it. After all, if they were if they were a fit and sick farm with produce enormous amount of wheat and yeah, surely they would surely the state will sort it out and everything will be okay. That's what they might think. But see, the state are made of people, and people are naturally greedy. But some people, some are not, some are not. And so some greedy people might get into the trade by chance or on purpose, and they might siphon the wheat of farm, siphon all the wheat of all the farm and keep it for all them for themselves. Bad. Now, mm, that gets settled, right? That's a gets settled. And we can see this already happening in even semi-democratic countries like Russia. In there, the fund for fund for the military are being siphoned away by the greedy general. That's why the Ukraine war was very bad, extraordinarily bad, too very bad. that went for them. So, so, so yeah. Now for the property thing. See, see, if I have the pension and we live in a communist where did I don't get to own the pension. Anyone can use the pension. But if we live in a democratic, I own this. So what is the problem you might ask? See, I might it takes a lot of work to make this pension and mm, like the wood. The tree need to be cut down. We need axes uh, and graphite. So then I will put it right next to it. The graphite. The red part, the black part, but the gray is where need to be nine out where the ground and you need better equipment to put it in the pencil and voila, you have a pencil. That takes a lot of time and not like that they will be right next to each other. They will be might be a very far distance, a couple kilometers or even thousands of kilometers. Now what to do? Transportation that take material too, and that all in all of that effort to make this pencil. Now, in the communist society, everyone is equal and their things are semi-equal as well. So, so why would you, share even try sharing this to make any sort of profit? So why would you even work enormous amount to make this when you can use free trade and that is how democratic in a capitalist society was. Order goods are transferred between pressure and order goods are produced the materials and then and you do not need to wear grey and you do not need to throw take all of these materials the red and wood and get them to here utilize processes and make the pencil when you can buy the graphene of the market or make a trade deal with one would selling graphene to sell to them or and they can get a buy they can buy wood from other place and etc and etc. You can get a machine from another place. So you don't need to make everything by scratch and just to make a single pencil. This is mm, why the reason where people buy buy a pencil not very overpriced. After it takes a lot of thing to make a single pencil. So the point is that you can't really do that in a communist society, and you might be wondering why. Well, because if everyone owns everything, so if I own wood, you can just take the wood from me without even asking. And at that point, why would I even start bothering, to where to do the hard work by chopping the tree down, making to pranks and etc. When you can just steal it from me or I can just steal it from someone else. That in turn creates a negative downfall. Only way to do this is by stopping this by putting governments. And that I said greed is an important factor. That where this is where now dominant. Now let's see let's, now let's get to a prompts. Now let's see where these societies come. Did government system come from? Democracy again was created by the ancient Greeks. Communism was created by Karl Marx. In name of Karl Marx, he, he was he thought communism was a good idea in theory. Anyways, got to, he was a German, so and a few years later, Stalin and Lenin, John, and I will not go into even monetary as we have little time left. So, and also, by the way, this is an important note. This is my opinion. You can have your own opinion, and I don't really mind it. I don't really care that much. You might think that communism is the greatest thing, and everything else is, well, worst or the opposite. So, so now what else? Now, how recreation will be developed in a society? Communism, democracy. Democracy will semi-develop naturally as eventually the entry through war or some reform, the bureaucrat will get somewhat educated and rise up against the hierarchy, which will begin monarchy. That work best in monarchies as well and they can clearly see how it done. Why this bad? And this is a good solution. It can be clearly shown. And dictatorship is also one, but it's very hard at the dictatorship. Has even more power than the monarchy as the monarchy is chosen gone and some restriction like trick things that and in a dictatorship it's even harder as not only at the jet face the normal content of overthrowing a monarchy, yet also face some more things like searching, private searching, they can search anytime, and they will have insurance. In a monarchy, they don't really need all that. So, so democracy are best suited for monarchies or where how should I put it? Dictatorships. Okay, and let's see how go from and monarch that monarchy cannot really go above where non-underlying systems and can really go, above pre un, a complete monarchy where cannot go above the what? The post in the non-interterritorial. So the hmm. According some of the bush, most of them are where they don't read and they venture up, but they're semi-big. So it kind of barrier. Some monarchies can go past non-industrial into 300, but they can really go above that. In where dictatorship they can they can restart from where they they can restart from the non-industrial. They must start from here. The post industry. They said then they can go upward to fully industrialized systems. So this will be a challenge for the democracy to do that. Now for communism, well, communism can also occur in where where monarchy, democracy, and dictatorship. They just have a hard time of doing that when they just have a upper limit. Democracy, they can go full, but in a they can they can they can start at any time frame from fully in the tried to post to not even in the tried yet. So, but in but in Titish communism like Leninism or Marxism, it it cannot go above in push in the try for a reason. At above at the driver, the common person needs are basically always met. And, and where a dream communism like Lenin can really do that. And they need very poor working conditions. Right? They are given for the medieval times. So and Marxism doesn't really fare well in that. And it won't really happen a revolution. So they're basically stuck on push industry and non-industry places as non-industry places are places where the condition of an average worker, specifically a farmer or where a farmer and the majority of them are actually pretty bad, as they haven't done to make they have not made any industrial push or push industry stuff like actually good farming. As I was saying, it can really happen as they don't have the right material to build or buy. Well, ports or mid in the try, sit, ports or mid in the try, or even in the try, things like tractors or seeders or plant seeders that they are only using a very primitive proud that so they are very poor working condition and they don't and they don't right so and they don't not right and they do not like the upper class or even the mid class as they're rich and they can eat whatever they want and they don't and they can barely eat anything a day. And by day can dish out their buffet of food and waste a lot of it. So yeah. So now what should we do? So there is research paper with communist idea free fair pay, which is a bad idea. And why is it a bad idea for free pay? I need this again a rant. Okay, hypothetically, imagine your imagine there's a factory making for anything, anything that you imagine. And gun, bottles, pencils, and you're the designer of whatever that thing is. It might be a tag or gun. So, so whenever you try, if there was equal pay, you will have roughly the you have equal salary to the to people who will be building this thing, but you will bring more value. So you need to pay more. This happened in Cuba, but not in a factory. It happened countrywide. Doctors became taxi drivers because they were paid the same, and the taxi driver get tips and the doctor didn't. Plus, medical, man, why would you wait thousands of dollars, thousands of rupees, and going thousands or even lakhs of rupees on going to college and getting a medical degree when you can get a car for pretty cheap amount and get even paid more because they actually get tipped and the doctor don't. That roughly what happened to Cuba. It's a bad place to live. So, so what should we? So that's not a good idea. So in the ports or mid ninja right, places like like Cuba, it happened and they wanted to overthrow the hierarchy of capitalism. We have broke we have low class, middle class, and high class. They wanted to overthrow that and make one class and class system. It, and now it didn't work as well. Hmm, that's not a good idea. And they maybe might win this. Okay, okay. Next, Next up is where we already discussed freedom, the capability to even start this, and where should we next? Freedom is done, so yeah. Oh yeah, the general state of the average person. I mean by that financially and physically, mentally, and etc. Good, medium, or poor, even high. Democracy is in medium, is in the medium, or even sometimes even the high, or even high. In communism, it is very hard to get even a medium. So most of them they roll in the low tier. Then we have medium tier. So you can basically and what that this raw medium right is there's a basis generally what would the average person like about like how the average person is doing the average person are they going to etc. Democrats are in the medium. America is that a problem or high right temperature and India. But communities are more trained pro and medium, and the rest are in the medium. So yeah, very hard. Okay, so now what? Now where they get their money? In government society, take it specifically, they don't really know. They just trade, the government trade with other countries. So if they are or they are send or the other country send food or supply in and they might get something out of it, but mostly they're nothing. So 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 it's very hard for things to be done, economic to grow, and it kind of don't have any. Mm, But in democratic country they have a choice of whether to do or not to do, which will get characteristic. They have a higher need because people are not forced for to do job for to do take jobs or well to do anything in specific or or I don't know are not forced to be for that they cannot start any business. Democracy they can start any business. It's just hard to follow wrong. And therefore you can change the for your own necessary. Okay, so now what should we do? We have now I think communism is a bad idea. It had good intention and good. If we look at it theoretically, democracy has one better flaw that I haven't mentioned. The iron law of oligarchy. This is this law is kind very hard for Democrat to interpret or see or even think about. The iron law of oligarchy nat- um, mm, is a kind of law that is a kind of a natural what do you call a kind of a natural hmm, cycle where gov- democratic government turn into oligarchy or even dictatorship. And how did the well, see, and it also break the tree democratic temper from the people, of the people, for the people. Sorry, of the people, from the people, and for the people. By the people is where see anyone who becomes a leader in a democracy directly become not of the regular people but of the ruling class. Mm. And if it were kind of like a council and there were no president or a person in charge, like a prime minister or a president, and there was something like only Congress, they were slowly getting dumber and idiotic and worse, where the people will naturally become smarter and more intelligent and try to join the ruling class. Of course, not only the ruling class get to vote, but the people also get to vote. At the ruling class, they actually have a little more power to their vote than normal people. So if the ruling class reject a person who want to become the ruling class, where where they can where they lead to the public getting angry and again until they become so angry that it bursts into violence and revolution, where the old ruling class is completely replaced and done and put a new ruling class into. The cycle continued to go on and again and again. If the current ruling class is intelligent, they will let them in and perhaps that it has added some life to the rat so it won't become into a so there will so there will be rational chance of become there will be a revolution. Next. This the tentacle the tentacle mean that from by and for the people are wrong, making it from the people and by and for the people, not from the people. Technically, now they are not the ruling class. They are not the people, they are the ruling class. So democracy is not from the people, it's from the ruling class. And the power behind the ruling class who controlling it all. Well, it could be the ruling class or someone else. We don't know. It means from the people is not authoritative. So for Democrat, only one statement is really true for the people. But is it actually technically true? But in a way that it basically destroyed the democracy in some way. And so I need to go into history again. So the one the person who was actually was Corsican, French, slightly Italian, who was who the Britain made short joke about. Yep, uh, yep, you know it, certainly you know him, and his name is Bonaparte Napoleon. His job. Now, now how did he get became the became the first where democratically voted president slash slash emperor of France. See, he see his friends he trapped them in a cage and basically forced them to sign a document. Hey, I'm the ruler of I'm the emperor of France. But they needed to get the where different people on this. Bonaparte was already famous, but to make sure they 100% of the people like it were what he did. Unlike normal voting, vote very well. Have you ever, if you have a family member or a person who knows in the youth to vote and they know how and they before the time of EVM electric voting machines and they put a ballot down, it was kind of like that. They had to tick about message saying that there were two boxes. Tick the box, which is simple, the ticket. And Napoleon will you will vote that Napoleon will become the emperor of the France, and the other bar basically said rook left, mm, rook right or left, or basically anywhere that Napoleon soldiers with their guns are pointing at your face. So you were kind of forced into well to vote for Napoleon Bonaparte to become the Emperor of France, or or die. It is kind of funny as one of the most famous famous democratic war and one of the first that made that led the trail mm, that led a trail so big that and nearly entire of Europe was covered with democracies, but was using a method that used to overthrow democracy. Okay? A dictatorship. Hilarious. Hilarious. So, hmm. So now it's sure, well, everybody voted except a few who decided to look at the process and they, let's say, they met their fate. They died. Okay, now we need to also run another principle. A principle called energy. It's from a libertarian book, by the way. So, and in my name, I and many. Okay, so okay, okay. It is from a libertarian book. It basically said anyone who anyone and I it basically said imagine money or throw money as well when got it. Oh yeah, right. Throw money like an electric circuit. There's a producer which you can imagine is a person spinning a motor which produce the energy, which in turn benefit the person. Neat. But they are resistors. Their job is to take some money away. Accord the eventual and the energy now then. Instead of a human, imagine it a robot who's turning the crank that spin the motor. Imagine it 100% potential. Imagine it at like imagine that it wire it perfectly conduct electricity. No 0% of the electricity draws. Same with the motor and the robot is 100% efficient. So so the actually 200% efficient the robot is. So soon it will create its own energy. So in turn, the robot has extra energy to pair and it connect back to the robot, with making the robot better and doing its job and again. You get the point. But there some things like resistors. There are some people like to take the money, cash, get energy away from the target for their own use. They're kind of like parasites that affect the robot. They want to tear the energy. And like any parasite cancer, it will eventually kill the host and then both. Now you might be thinking, okay, if that was it, then why don't the parasite know? Why don't the parasite, the person or whatever, you're doing that is, where, how should I put it? Hmm, you know, stealing the money away, stealing the energy, and it eventually result in when it brews, when the both of them die. And wouldn't the parasite know how the energy is created or how it is? If you're thinking that you're a worker or you're basically the robot in this scenario. The parasite doesn't really know. It just know that robot has energy and I don't. So it will steal the energy and use it to power itself, the parasite. And the job of the government is to protect us from the parasite. Imagine it as a, imagine it a, like a, another robot with the capacity of destroying the parasite. Yeah. You can imagine how it's try this. But it needs energy we need take from the where home. And it will take it from Peru. Who will take the end from this? Later will take it from the lower. This is what the government. So the government and become a parasite that kills other parasites. So it get more money. This is very strange happening. Very strange things happening. And also in question, these parasites are the government and any middleman who stop free trade from happening. For some reason, I don't know. How do you probably? So what's hmm. So as usual, what would it be? So as usual, it's a middleman now. As usual, there must be a way to stop these people from. I mean, there must be a way to take to have free flowing energy without that. I got it. Hmm. Criminals. See, criminals' job is actually pretty simple. Just to transport one place to the another without criminal jobs are multiple. Being criminal, robbing things, and another is to carry stuff around illegally. So, so we pay. So if we pay a little bit enough that you still have enough to use it, take them enough energy to enhance yourself and have enough money, enough energy to feed the semi semi this parasite. But unlike other parasite, it actually helps you. This parasite takes all the other parasites, siphoning money and cut that and directly put the another wire on that, cut the other wire, and voila. Now then the parasite only need to be paid a very little amount. Other thing need to pay a lot. Perfection. In normally in uh, in what do you call in the political rambling and etc. A lot of people think that the government is a good person and where criminals are the bad. Criminals can also be the good and women can also be the bad. Yeah, it's neutral. Now, if in our scenario, there's another way to solve it. A dictator. specifically a Roman dictator or a person like George Washington. Within a know, Washington is a student and it Wilson also also Kiri will give anything back after you are born. For example, if I so for example, John Washington borrowed the pension. Mm, people like George Washington will give the pension back after use and not keep it. This is a good thing. Or or you take something like a Roman dictator. In a Roman dictator, where a person have full command over the government but have a sentence of 7 years. It basically means how much time they can spend, doing their job before going for getting at paid by the people or the country. It causes it so that the causes it at a wrong term thinking. See, there's also another principle in libertarianism. There's another principle that I need to tell you. This is also from another libertarian. See, it basically term time range. And it's not like some particular physical physics. I mean by that, like how how like time preference. Which time do you prefer? For instance, imagine you're in a desert and you just stumble upon some more pretty big oases where but there are no trees. There's some trees there. Your choice is to make, mm, make a very make a tone edge with take derivatives and at a time chop down the tree or get the container and drink the water or eat it. Or you can truly build a wood a wood cutting machine that cut the wood very efficiently, but it takes a couple years to build and you don't really have any materials. So now what should we do? If it said the stone axe or the axe in general, then what are you want? This means you have a road time preference. You want them to be I mean a road time preference. You want to be that done very fast. But if but these people are like criminals or robbers. They don't plan for the future. They don't really plan for the future. They're only doing it for the now, not for the future. They should, and the other flip of the coin is high time proof. It means you can invent, you can take you perform more efficiently than faster time. Meaning you can wait on a project very long time and when it bases it you can It basically says you're not a patriot. You will shoot highly advanced, very advanced cutting machine over the donors. At that time, you probably should mute donors as it might take years to build that, especially in your case, etc. And time frame can also change. Time preferences. So, so imagine you're another. You want to do things fast. You want to get up fast. You don't want to take. But imagine you're in a hotel or a etc. Yeah. Or a plane that you want to leave, you want to settle, you want to drive, you want to family, etc. You want a short time frame. You want to probably build a house, a good house for it, a good house with multiple rooms, etc. And you might want to also build a farm for some detention, aqueducts, some aqueducts, steam channel, etc. In short, it takes a very long time to do this. But, hmm, so yeah. So what if you, so normally you want to go for the non-groups. Mm, you want to go for the government system that is not, well, not low time preference. You want a high time preference. Something that takes extraordinarily long time. Because so it more likely to not not more likely that it will sustain and not collapse. Sadly, democracy is actually in a rural time frame. Who could have guessed? No, right, literally, who could have guessed? So now what should we do? And how it needs rural time preference, you might be asking. See, imagine Democrats or presidents or whatever prime minister as renters. Renters that don't really care what they are doing after their term. So it imagine them as a nurtured teenager who don't have a care in the world, or any care at all. So what would they go on a money ban or etc. So so the house is basically true. Basically very flooded, etc. There are the party, there's cockroaches, etc. And after their time frame is passed, and the next reaction is sure. Next time it this the mm, etc. again. But um, some might encourage, some might be a little softer, only a couple of parties. But Democrats prefer encourage low low time preference. So it no time preference. So as you want to spend as much money as you possibly can in this short amount of time. So the other person cannot spend at that and much money. No, vice versa. And what did the higher time preference? in nearly anything without a government, really, or very weak government, and it does then there also. In Rome, it was a democracy. A democracy. It was also kind of like this. There were no long-term thinkers. There were only short-term thinkers thinking, okay, what should we do now, etc. No one will like, okay, what should we save now to so we can do it in the future. No one that so. And they declared policies strike and the fact that at some time there were lot of workers and no one making workers in the mm, the meeting industries, but no one in the food industry. So no farmers. This meant that in this mean that other this mean that people who were professional lawmakers drew abroad that create their own empire before the Germanic even could do it. And the Germanic tribe only that broke up the craft of the Roman Empire. Mm. So now this was again what going to happen in France, but mm, Louis, a monarch, the French monarch, before the Napoleon became the emperor of France, French King Louis the Third, I think, was in deep debt. So to show that he hired a executive. It contributed, not him. He was already in a lot. So he hired a executive to manage the country's economy. He tried doing it by putting restrictions. Like only the finite bread can be stored and not 5 years, like 8 months of bread or 6 months of bread. Policy like that. But it seemed to decrease, which didn't make sense in his French mind. So he tried to pick the businessmen, the people who did business in France. And what? And one French businessman said, French, or in French said, leave us alone. That in French. French as that in French. That's all. So by that point, democracy is better than where communism, but had fraud that need to be fixing. That can be solved with a small governmental system. A small government system. And I don't mean an oligarchy. I mean by that a physically small. That larger number of people get power, larger in Congress and In daughter, the government had red power in daughter, the government stronger, and etc. Like that. So you know, communism is very bad, but it's democracy is bad, but it's certainly better than communism. And this is from Vishwajeet Chauhan. Have a great day. And also, this is all of my opinion. You can basically talk whatever you want. You can even do the opposite, or you get that both of them are good. I don't really care that much. So this is by Vishwajeet Chauhan, and have a wonderful, great day. Bye.